Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart is a fantastic game, but for all my fellow completionists out there, I like to measure games by a different metric. How good are they to complete? In this video, I'm going to be covering how to get the last couple hardest achievements to help you decide whether it's worth going for the platinum or not. Now, even though Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart has 47 trophies, you'll find that the game is just spewing them at you while you're playing the game normally without actually trying to get most of them. You've got the usual ones for doing various beats during the story, and from there, as long as you're scooping up any side objectives or collectibles along the way, you're going to find that you've done most of the list without even putting any real effort in. The main one to highlight while you're doing the main story is Return Policy, which asks you to use the Void Reactor to kill 10 enemies by returning their shots. So the first thing you need to do is actually level up the Void Reactor to level 5 so that you unlock the ability to return shots with it. So make sure you buy the Void Reactor as soon as it becomes available in Ms. Zurkon's shop and start using it as often as you possibly can so that you can grind through to level 5 as quickly as possible. And then it's a case of using the shield function of the Void Reactor, absorbing enemy projectiles as they fire at you, and then using that to kill 10 enemies. You do want to make sure that you're not getting too close because the Void Reactor's primary attack mode is to send a short-range blast out from it. If you kill enemies using that, it will not count towards this achievement, so you need to keep your distance before firing back, and that will help greatly. Once you've done that 10 times, that should pop, and that is honestly the most difficult achievement in the whole game. The other trophy I want to highlight is Fully Stacked, which asks you to get every weapon in the game. Once you've cleaned out Ms. Zurkon's shop, you will not actually have gotten all the weapons yet, so you need to start a second playthrough, blast through the tutorial and get to Ms. Zurkon as quickly as you can, and then there are 2 more weapons for you to buy. They only cost 1 bolt each, so you don't need to worry about saving up for them, and they are the Pixelizer and the Bouncer. Most of the rest of the achievements are for various collectibles, most of which will be indicated on your map when you unlock that ability, so it's not worth highlighting because they're all quite straightforward. The one I am going to highlight is UnBEARably Awesome, which is for finding all 9 Krager Bears. I will link a video guide in the description for finding those. The other tricky collectible is all 60 Zurpstones, which you need for one of the spy bots. When you're looking for these, some of them will be located much higher off the ground on various cliffs or buildings. Don't worry about getting those until you've unlocked the ability for Trudy to shoot fireballs whilst flying. That is the only way that you're able to get those Zurpstones, so don't waste your time trying to parkour your way up a building because you just can't do it. And that's pretty much it for getting all the trophies. So you might be there thinking, well, that sounds like a 5 out of 5 then, but if I'm honest, I actually think that it all falls a little bit short in terms of completion. For example, only having to get 5 out of the 25 gold bolts feels like, well, why did you put 25 in then if you're only going to ask me to do 5? The achievement should be to get all 25 gold bolts. That can be said about a fair few of the collectibles. There's not much more grind to do and more content to enjoy, so why they haven't encouraged people to do all the content, I'm not really sure. Another way I think they could improve on the achievement list is, for example, rather than only asking you to level up 1 weapon to level 5, why not just have you upgrade all your weapons to level 5, since you'll more than likely end up most of the way there by the end of your first playthrough anyway. And then you could even throw in an achievement for getting one of the weapons to level 10 in challenge mode, and that will help encourage people to give challenge mode a go. So yeah, it all just falls a little bit short in my opinion, so I am going to drop the rating for Ratchet & Clank to 4.5 for all the trophies.
Is this your Bleezer?
No, but we can find intact phase quartz here.
We should seek out the miners,